A new 278-unit high-rise is set to open on Skid Row, providing housing for the homeless. The residential tower will provide a gym, cafe, art studio, and a meal plan. The developer, Weingot Center nonprofit, said it's meant to encourage its residents to isolate itself from outside influences and provide a safe space. It will be one of 3 towers, with the first opening in June. It will be the largest supportive housing project in the city.
All right, so as you guys can see, a new 200 some odd unit, 19 floor skyrise is being opened in Skid Row in downtown LA, which is an area that is known for the homeless, a lot of art community, and a lot of drug use, if you will. Okay, so with that being said, how do you guys feel about this? A free high rise for the homeless? Excuse me. I mean, we all work really hard. We have these jobs. What do you guys think? My name's Quan. Welcome to the Quan Bailey Show. I've taken a week off. I wanted to say before we get to the video again, one of my friends passed away last week. A big bodybuilder by the name of Doug. He's someone who was very influential to my life here in Los Angeles. So I had to take some time on both channels. I just couldn't really post. I wasn't really into it, but we're back today, guys. So don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. We're going to make our dreams a reality, man. Every video going forward, every workout on this channel and the other. Hey, all for Doug, man. All right, let's get to this reaction, though. Love you, brother. Gonna miss you, okay? All right, so let's get to the second video where someone's going to explain this a little bit more in detail, and then we can talk about it a little bit more. Let's go.
Downtown Los Angeles is getting a brand new 278-unit luxury high-rise tower, and this one is located in the heart of Skid Row and will be the biggest permanent supportive housing project in the city. Each of the units is going to come fully furnished with an oven, bed, microwave, fridge, and even a television. And the community boasts a list of amenities including a gym, dog run, and even a ground floor cafe. Now, with an unhoused population topping 75,000 in LA, city officials and affordable housing advocates are praising the project. But at $600,000 per unit, the critics are saying that these are too expensive and a misappropriation of taxpayer funds. Let me know what you think.
Okay, so, and now we know they're $600,000 per unit. Like, that's what they're worth, right? That's a lot of money. And, you know, they're going to be able to house so many people. It's going to be 3 different towers, 700 some odd residents. I mean, so many people are going to be able to, you know, be taken off the streets. And again, this is kind of more of a rehabilitation program, but free housing with amenities is actually kind of wild. I personally think that we are in a world where there's so much of a disparity in wealth that, like, it's very, very hard to quantify how much help should cost, but I do think this is a little bit much. Luxury high-rise living for the unhoused is actually crazy. I live here in Los Angeles. I'm in the Santa Monica, Marina Del Rey, Venice area, and the amount of things I see daily are crazy. I'm from Chicago, and I've seen things here that I never saw living in Chicago, but I do think the unhoused deserve help. I don't like the term homeless either, so I like to use unhoused. I think they need help. As someone who's lost everything in their life multiple times and been very close to homelessness, I will tell you, it's scary. But the people who choose to live that life, you know, who are battling with addiction, and choose to stay out there, the fact that it sounds like they're being rewarded is kind of wild. But of course, I would assume that with this, there's going to be a lot of strict rules. There's going to be a lot of things going on. Now, if someone can get clean and get a job and take care of themselves, and they live in this housing for 3 months or 6 months, and then they move them out and move someone else in, and they go live their life, I think that's absolutely amazing. I think if there's a real plan involved, that would be awesome. I really would love to know what you guys think. But the homeless issue in LA, man, is something that people don't really like to talk about. And I also don't think people like to talk about how expensive it is here, like, openly. I mean, right now I live with a roommate. I pay about $1,750 in rent. My business, my personal training business, I have to pay about $1,000 a month in rent for that. And I also have my insurance, and then Ubers and groceries. And when it all adds up, it comes out to about $5,500 a month just to break even. That's what I pay to live here in LA, right? With everything that I have going on. Some of you may say that's a lot. I completely understand, but I could do a detailed breakdown video for you guys. I actually already did one on my main channel, or not my main channel, my other channel, because this is going to be the channel that I focus a little bit more on going forward. I love Train with Quan, but the Quan Bailey Show is a lot more of my newer interests. So, excuse me. With that being said, what do you guys think, man? You know, with my expenses being so high, for me, the fact that someone can just, like, walk into a $600,000 place and live, even if it is a rehabilitation program, does make me feel a little uneasy. But I have to understand that everyone's experience isn't mine. And I think that's one of the major issues that people have to, like, digest and grapple with. You don't get to decide how the government spends our taxpayer dollars. We don't get to decide how those things are used, but I would rather it be used for something like this than to just line someone's pockets. Now, here's the question. At $600,000 per unit within this building, is that the cost of production, or is that how much it's worth? Like, was that what, like, you know, the construction crew, developers, and all those were paid for that? That's kind of a lot. I mean, let's just say 300 units at 600,000. I mean, you're looking at millions upon millions. You're looking at tens of millions of dollars, guys, spent on this project. And that's just the first tower. So these 3 towers, you're probably looking at, you know, 50, 60, $100 million being spent on helping the unhoused, just to only be able to house a couple thousand of them. You know what I mean? And to be honest, I don't see this going well. I think this might be flipped or changed later on and sold to people and used as like another high-rise downtown. We also know that in LA, there's high-rises downtown that aren't even finished being built yet. They were owned by, like, there's a Chinese developer. There's a bunch of towers near where the Crypto.com arena is, or Staples Center, some of you may know. And that building is like literally empty. Those buildings are empty. It's known now as like a graffiti tower because people, like, you know, draw and write all over it all the time. So, like, we have all this unused real estate. We should be able to give it to, or let people who are unhoused use it, I would say. But I just don't want this to encourage people not to work hard. I feel like we live in a world where every excuse possible, at least here in the United States, is given to a person to not push themselves. It's all about, I know my worth, I know this and that. And I'm not saying you shouldn't know your worth. I'm not saying you shouldn't live your life. And I'm not saying you should work all the time. But I do feel like that in life, things cost money. And there are a lot of people who spend their entire lives working hard just to survive. And for them to look on and see people not do that and be given things, I think is kind of tough, right? I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I want people off the streets. I want people to be safe. I want people to be able to be clean. I want people to be able to get off that stuff, man. It took one of my friends' lives, okay? I want them to be out and be okay. But I don't think we should reward people with luxury apartments for going through what they're going through. That's just my opinion. Now, if anyone down below knows what the programming is going to look like, or if anybody can, like, send me some information on my Train with Quan Instagram, shoot me a DM with more information on how this is going to work. I would really love to check it out and see, like, what's going on with it. But overall, I'm just kind of shocked that this is what we're doing now. And California has been such a bit of a cluster, you know what, with the way that they handle their taxes. I mean, I feel like if you do well here, you're almost punished for it. And if you're not doing well here, they're almost rewarding you for it, which I think is really, really interesting. And if you're anywhere in the middle, you're being punished just like the wealthy. So it's like, if you don't want to do anything, California is great. You don't want to follow the rules. You don't want to work, they'll take care of you. But if you work at all, if you do follow the rules, if you do your thing, it feels like a state that does not care about you as a person. And I think that's something, and a topic that I would love to explore more on this channel. We've got some really great videos coming up for you guys. I know I'm a little out of it, but I just want to say, man, thank you guys for being patient. Thank you for 21 subscribers. I'm so excited to see this channel growing, man. Like, I really want to have fun with this and react to great clips and topics on the internet. Of course, we're going to go into dating. We're going to talk about current events, but this was something that I couldn't not talk about. So the property opened up today, Juneteenth. So let's see it, man. Happy Juneteenth, man. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I can't wait to make more videos for you guys. Thanks for your patience. Sorry I was away for a week. I just had to get myself together. Appreciate and love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, folks.